Alright folks, welcome back. I have been putting a lot of stock in finding Seeker's tokens and golden beetles, but I figure it might be in my best interest to actually start taking care of some of the side quests around here. So, without further ado, let's kind of dive right into it and see what we can do here.
That's it! I've had enough! Clear off! And don't come back till you're ready to do business properly!
But I've got the coin, I swear it. I simply just...
Where is it then, eh? Bring the coin, all of it, or I'll call the sentinels on you again. Are we clear?
'Tis uncommon for a lad of his age to be unable to shop.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll knock a few gold pieces off aught you buy. So spend away, my good sir. Do come again.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach him?
This is for you. What do you think?
Oh, 'tis you. You're a welcome sight. Forgive my boldness, but I've a small favor to ask of you. Would you be willing to lend me some gold? I swear you'll be repaid in full. A trinket in yon shop caught my eye. A small, ornate box of exceptional craftsmanship. Alas, 'twould seem I do not have the coin on hand to purchase it. I can certainly procure the gold later, but by then, the box might be gone. If you'd be kind enough to lend me the amount I need, I would repay every last coin. Yes? Is there aught I can do for you? Or could it be that you've reconsidered my request? You bought it for me. Thank you. I'll treasure this. You're a kind soul. Pray, let me return the favor someday.
He seems a young man of decent character.
Alright,
I believe
that
his
starts
promise
one
to
quest.
repay your
Now,
kindness was a
let's get
genuine
one of the more annoying ones out of the way.
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
So this quest is a bit annoying. I have done it properly once, where I had to follow him around for 45 minutes. Instead, we're just going to grab him and take him on a little bit of an adventure. So I actually let you bypass a good bit of it. And if you're playing on a controller and you start feeling the controller shaking, let him down and then pick him back up again. Otherwise, he will smack you and just run away. Anyway, we're going to take him all the way down to here.
Mercy!
And
Mercy!
oh my goodness.
Mercy!
I did not mean to slam him into the door, but...
Mercy!
Now if I can get him to move... Well, this is the first time this hasn't worked out for me.
Mercy!
There we go. So, after finagling a bit, you can find his beggar's garb.
Truly.
And you'll be given a couple choices here on the map. You can either go down to the slums here, or you can go up to the noble quarter. I very much recommend going up to the noble quarter. It gives a bit of a better reward. We're also going to cut through the side street here to pick up another quest.
What am I to do? Hail, friend! Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
Place to Call Home is a great quest. You get a free area to rest for about 7 days, and then you can end up buying it for 20,000 gold, which is not a bad steal.
Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be...
So now we have our own little area that we can use to rest, and it definitely is worthwhile for, well, where it is, and just the fact that you don't have to pay for a friggin' inn anymore. Definitely ends up saving you money in the long run. Now then, let's continue with our quest about the beggar.
What a steal!
Indeed, you are correct.
And why we're headed to the noble quarter rather than to the slums is you tend to get a little bit of a better reward from this outcome. You'll get 3 onyx, which sell for a little over 2,000 here in
useful ingredients to
Vernworth, and
shall we see if there's aught to
you could
be
also
found while we're here?
give the cloves back to him, and you'd get a reward of 5,000 gold. But it's a little more economical to take this course of action. The slums gives you the least amount of gold, and frankly is probably the most depressing ending to it, even though realistically this ending for the beggar is taking away part of his free will. So
I don't
make of it
I've had
what you
pleasure,
will.
Sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labor? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and who better to make it plain for us than Albert himself? I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not, I have no intention of causing a fuss.
So this will knock a few birds out at the same time. We're going to end up going back to the house that we are supposed to be watching. We shall rest for 2 days. This should spawn Sven again, and should also give us a conclusion to A Beggar's Tale. So, I shall be back in a moment after I've done that.
Ah, good to see you. Those garments you gave me had a marked effect. Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily ever since. I ne'er thought I'd see the day. To be frank, I've not the slightest interest in the man, but he can surely benefit this city much more by performing an honest duty than by begging on the streets. In short, you've done us all a service. Pray, allow me to show my appreciation.
So, now the man is in his rightful station. Yet I cannot but wonder whether 'tis where he truly belongs.
So, at the end of the day, I think the best choice for the character overall, if you're not trying to get rewards, would be to allow the man to live his double life. It's quite the tale if you actually choose to go that route. However, for the best reward, I just have to get those onyx and take the opportunity to sell them. So, let's move on.
Do you shop often? How fare you, friend? I'm rather unfamiliar with...
Well, I've never had Sven not directly talk to me. That's interesting. Let me rest one moment and see if I'll actually talk.
We meet again. Truth be told, I was hoping we might. Would you care to stay and talk a moment? I'm glad. Sit down, won't you? I'm rather fond of this place. I ne'er imagined a city could be like this. So full of excitement, so alive. And how could I have? In all my life, I've hardly left the palace. My mother is quite strict. You understand. Oft did I long for a taste of normal life. Even aught as simple as going shopping for myself. My mother has always procured the things I covet for me, so to pick out an item and obtain it with my own hands held a certain appeal. Of course, in the end, you were the one who made the purchase. That's all right. I know you meant well. Besides, I can safely say it was still a novel experience. I wanted to give you something in return by way of thanks. Here, this is for you. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Thankfully, Sven will give us quite a few rewards over the course of that quest. Now, let's pick up yet another one.
Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself, and even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing, no matter how they fascinate me. 'Tisn't to be.
Come take a look. You'll be glad you did. Always a pleasure. 'Tis most exhilarating.
These foreign bows do so intrigue me. But You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect, such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply would not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so. Though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold, but this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
Alright, so for this quest you actually do need to be playing an archer. So I will swap over to that vocation, and then I will end up making the journey out there after talking to Sven yet again. So, again, we will be back in a moment.
Oft pondered. The gist of it is...
Hoi! Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveller? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but Mother won't allow it. She's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her judgment all the more. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. I happened upon this little curio the other day. Here, you're welcome to it if you'd like. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Alright, we will now make the journey to the training grounds, and I will see you all in a few minutes.
Battles atop
Alright,
bridges are best
new
avoided.
area as we are making our way out to where our new elf friend is.
understand.
So, figured I'd at least share some of the journey. And it's definitely, well, there are some Saurians running at us full speed. Interesting. Well, definitely adds some new architecture to the world. And this area is one of my favorite in the game. If only because of just how beautiful it is. Plus, it's something that was originally planned for Dragon's Dogma. It's actually quite nice to see the Elven Sanctuary come to fruition.
L'isfermo fatindome, anascinde alia.
Alright, if I remember, I can go this way and hook a left. I could be wrong. As much as I enjoy the area, I don't necessarily remember every little detail about it. But, hey, we're about to finish yet another quest and carry on. I also do remember coming out here a couple times and there being a friggin' chimera. Definitely not expected, but it is what it is. Let's help our friend here.
True to your word, you have come. Let us begin at once. I should like to observe your form first and foremost. So stand here and take your aim at yon targets.
We're here, and none the worse for wear. Now, what might that be?
You have my gratitude. I learned much from you just now. In fact, I have made a discovery. Unlike those of elven make, bows crafted by other races are designed for keen aim. Is that not so? But I can see this is no revelation for you. I expect you thought this design common to all bows, yes? Not so for those of elven make, however. Our bows are crafted to guide not the hand, but the heart. Mayhap you will find the sentiment strange, but such is the perspective of elven kind. We are taught that arrows loosed with proper form will strike true, as if 'tis all a matter of poise. I admit, I find it rather baffling myself. Perhaps that is why my bowmanship has failed to improve. Yet with this bow, I begin to understand. Let us see if I fare any better now.
Huzzah!
What a feat! I can hardly believe it. Every last arrow found its mark. Dead center. This marvel is nothing at all like an elven bow. The design allows for ease of aim and steadfast flight of each arrow. To think that I should feel such a difference. Mayhap I am more suited to a bow of foreign make than one of my own people's. It is a strange thought, but how else to explain it? My arrows have not soared so true in all my days. I'd nearly given up on myself. Yet 'twould seem I am not without talent after all. My performance of this bow has divested me of such doubts. But the ingenuity of this design... If only my people would take heed. It is all very well to talk of honing one's form, but why should we not perfect the tool so integral to our customs? I am decided. I shall take this bow back to the arbor. With this as my weapon, I have no doubt I shall pass my trial of archery.
It seems Sir Glyndor's doubts no longer plague him. May his newfound confidence see him through his trial of archery.
All right. Let's head on back to Vernworth.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
So, next quest that I feel we should knock out is one that kind of is integral to unlocking quest for the Magistrate. Truthfully, the Magistrate is very content on staying in jail unless you find him somewhere that he fancies. So, we'll head on down to the Slums. I'm going to ignore her for a moment. She's a pain in the butt sometimes. And we shall talk to Kendrick here.
Fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the many thanks? Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
What we need now is information.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together. I overslept, and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
Come, I'll lead the way. Allow me to lead the way. I should like to put my knowledge to good use.
You have our gratitude.
I believe I still have to talk to all of the children before the quest will proceed, so I'm surprised they haven't necessarily spawned yet.
Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble.
don't know why he bothered.
Shall we report our results?
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly.
I always find this cutscene pretty damn amusing, but that's just me. This old man just clearing all of this rubble.
I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
Suddenly, the passage is much, much larger. It's actually quite amusing. And I am going to grab a Seeker's token that I know is down here.
Bruised up and all out of... Is there no getting through this door?
But, nice, quick, simple quest.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
Let us
Let
endeavor
me
to
just
keep pace with our guide.
open that.
Indeed, you are correct.
But yes, there is a Seeker's token in here, and it's one of the ones that I hadn't gotten yet, for various reasons. But in the Gracious Hand Vault, after you climb up those small rocks, it'll be right behind you.
Battle is best avoided here.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near
Nice,
boggles the
quick
mind
and
that
easy
so
quest.
impressive an archive slumbered here.
But it also leads to something that truthfully bothers me a lot more than it probably should. There are notes in this game that I feel are missing. So, for example, we have a historic account, Chapter 4. Tensions twixt Vermund and Beetle reached their peak 40 years ago, when both nations were devastated by a prolonged bout of bad weather that resulted in successive crop failures. Hard times turned the starving populaces against one another, eventually culminating in a desperate clash of several hundred soldiers, though it produced no victors, resulting in only more meaningless deaths. Upon the site of this battle now stands a cenotaph, in memory of the fallen. Then we have a historic account, Chapter 3. In spite of these differences, the two nations have managed to coexist largely peacefully, perhaps realizing the futility of an all-out war between two neighbors. Though there have been several examples of one side instigating an invasion, Always some greater power has intervened before the balance could be tipped too far in the favor of either nation, preventing the fires of war from escalating into an inferno. So this historic accounts, and again, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never found part 1 to that. I have found part 2, but I have never, in all of my time playing this, found part 1. And I question whether it exists or not, and that's kind of saddening because it adds a lot of backstory to the world, and to have something like that just completely removed is just flabbergasting. But that is just one of my many personal complaints with the game. I absolutely adore lore being added to worlds, and yet it seems like lore was taken away from this one. But I digress. We shall continue on with our quests.
Hoi, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will, though it came to me through you, of course. Pray, take this with my thanks. 'Tis quite a rarity, as I hear it. I hope 'tis to your liking. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
True enough. We must rest. Shall we get some rest then? Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
A new day, a new perspective.
A good sleep will ensure... Shall we get some rest then?
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Alright, we're actually going to end up going back to the slums now that we have our own little home to pick up yet another quest.
I pray this will convey the depth of my gratitude.
Anyway, I very much like knocking out as many as I can at once, so bear with me here.
You've a new one in mind. Lead on.
What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were.
So for this, you truthfully just need to combine a couple of items to make a bunch of flowers, or in the case that I have, visit the inn here in Vernworth, and you will actually be able to pick up a copy of the flowers. And just to make an example, I'm going to take a sunbloom and a noonbloom, and you go to your item menu, you combine them, and you'll be able to make a bunch of flowers. That will allow you to finish the first part of this rather long fetch quest.
Hi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count on you, Arisen. I'll be waiting.
Our next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhap silver ore will serve? We can purchase it or mine it up ourselves.
So the next couple steps of this quest, you need silver ore and golden ore. I truthfully don't remember how much of each you need, so let me just make that a primary objective. I think it's 2 silver ore and 1 gold ore. So let me just take 2 of those, and weirdly enough, doesn't look like I've done a lot of mining in this playthrough, so I won't be able to complete this quest immediately. I'll have to go out and acquire some golden ore,
I've just
and
recalled a little tidbit
then
I
I
heard from the
will
locals.
be able to finish it.
Regarding the Vermont...
Figured I had to thank you somehow.
Well, look at that. 2 tomes.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please say yes. Oh, it's so shiny.
So, I know she'll end up asking me for more items, and I know one of them is going to be golden ore. So, I'm going to go on a little bit of a personal adventure to acquire that before I forget. And then we will be back when we are capable of finishing it. So I was going to ignore it, but my pawn grabbed one while I was out exploring. But we have a golden trove beetle right here. My goodness, frickin' pawns doing the absolute worst. Let's see who the culprit was on that one. Ah, our sorcerer. Ay. I tried to keep things organized, but my goodness, I had to actually do that really quick because I noticed he picked it up. What a friggin' annoyance. Thankfully, they can't do that with Seeker's tokens, but something to keep in mind for myself and for yourselves as well. They can grab the friggin' trove beetles, and that is quite painful when you're trying to be a bit helpful to other players. Anyway, I am still on the hunt for golden ore. I know I can obviously buy it, but what a frustrating experience to have a pawn just decide to grab something you were going to save for a little later. But what can you do? Anyway, I just wanted to give an update on that, and once again, I will be back once I have my hands on some golden ore. Alright, as a bit of a distraction, I know there is another Seeker's token nearby that I can grab. Actually, there's a couple. So, we'll make this a bit of a combination episode of getting quests done and a couple Seeker's tokens and golden beetles. My one pawn has certainly made sure of that. And I might as well knock some out of the way, you know? So, let's go inside this cave here. Trembling Hollow, just outside of Vernworth, my goodness. And there will be an area where we can get a Seeker's token in here. We'll just have to deal with some bandits. Currently I am on Thief to get my strength a little higher, because the vocation I'm actually intent on playing for quite some time is going to be my favorite of, my goodness, Spearhand, which has a bit of a bias towards
I shan't let them harm you.
Strength, but it also uses magic. So let's knock this one out of the way and get some levels with Thief, among other things. And hello, we're not going to allow that to stand. Let's try and stagger you. Alright. There we go. Alright. Dragons. No, that's a Ring of Requital. I don't remember what that does. Forgive me. Boost strength after a successful deflect. It's not too bad for fighters, but that's not what we're here for. We're actually going to climb this little spiral cliff face that exists here. And we're going to end up fighting quite a few friggin' skeletons once we get in here. You can actually already hear them. So once my pawns catch up, we'll break down this nice boulder.
Obstacle blocks our way.
Oh my goodness.
I can destroy that if need be. Like I will as easy.
Let's not. Let's say we did. Ah, Shield of Vernworth. Nice little upgrade for my pawn when I turn her back into a fighter.
I'd wager there's ore to be found.
Ah, yes, the skeletons respawning. Okay. Did I walk past it? I did. My goodness. So, after you get through all of the skeletons, this little back corner, you'll find yourself a Seeker's Token.
Now here's
Anyway, back on to the journey to get golden ore. Gotta love how it's been working out, you know? I shall see y'all in a few. So, a known location that you can get the gold ore for the quest is right here. There is also something else nearby. We will get to it in a moment after we do a little bit of mining and see how lucky we are. There it is, the gold ore. And look at that. Right behind us is another Seeker's Token. Just on this little island in the middle of the river. But that's not all. I am being assaulted by harpies. Let me call my pawns to me.
Harpies, be on your guard.
There's this little area that you can actually climb up. And if you loop around it, it'll actually lead you to yet another Seeker's Token in the middle of another harpy's nest. Just have to be a bit cautious. I do believe this is the incorrect way. Apologies.
Sure we'll find a purpose
Let's
for it in due time.
go back and
a hidden route.
see.
Where might it take us,
I believe it's, oh my goodness, over here. No, don't slide. The sliding in this game is so freaking frustrating. But if you finagle your way around here. Now, I know there's a way up here without having to be a sorcerer, so just bear with me. Wrong skill. Using Helm Splitter to cheat a little. I know there's an actual path up here, but truth be told, I'm not too keen on remembering how to do it. But once you get out here, if you make your way around, we'll get to another Seeker's Token here. So just bear with me. You can faintly see the glow here. Alright, and there it is. Anyway, we will head back to Vernworth and talk to Daphne again, and I'll have a few more Seeker's Tokens and maybe one or two more golden beetles that we will be able to acquire, and then after that I am debating at the moment if I'm going to do more side quests or if I'm going to do main quests. So
I'll collect that.
We shall see what I end up deciding on, but for now, I will see you all in a little bit. Alright, so on my run back to Vernworth, I will have to say you have to forgive me. I forgot there was a golden beetle so dang on close to where I was. So let me nab this one real quick for you. And we'll actually grab another token and another beetle before we head back into the city. And lo and behold, you're really going to have to forgive me. I really forget where some of these early Vernworth tokens are, but we have one right here off the dock, near where we just were. And that is yet another Seeker's Token for our collection.
Show some haste.
Now I promise, the next one is just right outside the city, as is the beetle. So, bear with me here, alright? Alright, we're coming up on another Seeker's Token. I can faintly see the glow here. So, there it is. let me definitely mark where this one is. It's a pain in the butt to find, but it's in this wheat field here. And if you're not really paying attention, it's easy to overlook. It's one of the ones I actually missed in my initial playthrough. And in my first New Game Plus, I, for some reason, came out here and trying to make sure I was grabbing all the chests and noticed that glow because it was nighttime. And let me just say I felt like a bit of a goober for missing that and not getting it the original time. But we have a golden beetle. That's pretty easy to see, provided you do come out this way. And one that, again, I overlooked and kind of feel silly that I missed it the first time I played this game. But, you know, sometimes that is definitely how it goes. I know that Beggar is kind of around here. It's just a matter of remembering where he is sitting. I feel like he's just on... That chicken just jumped in the water. Oh my goodness. Did my pawn already grab it? Let me just check before I say anything. No. No, it did not. Well, now I feel silly. Oh my goodness. Saying that's pretty obvious where it is, and just completely overlooking it. It's right here. We're gonna nab that. Then we're going to go back into town here. So, I shall see you all when I am once again talking to Daphne.
I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power.
What should I do?
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
What to do? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of. Boy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now we've need of medicine.
So,
We can purchase it
the
at
item
shop,
she's going to
or make
request is
some
something
ourselves
that I
by
really
combining
don't
the
know how to
ingredients.
freaking pronounce. I'll be honest about it.
Understood.
We also have another side quest here, and potentially one of the easiest to goof up. I should have talked to the Beastrin there, but let's talk to Elena instead.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humours, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Alright, so for Saint of the Slums, one of my favorite things to point out is this right here. A letter fragment of the gracious hand. Do say you'll go and see her. She's your best hope. She used to conduct research into sedatives and sleeping medicaments for the army over in Batal. So I am certain she will.
I see it now.
There's a very, very slight hint there at the true nature of things. But let me just double check my quest here. 5 portions of a medicine that can be used to treat the blighted debilitation and deliver them to Daphne.
Might be worth a read.
If I remember correctly, and again, it's a word I have a lot of trouble saying. Truthful to admit. I believe... Let me withdraw. It is this right here. I don't know if it's Panacea? Someone will have to tell me how to pronunciate that. I am very, very bad at that. It's not a word that comes up often. So we'll take that back to her real quick, and then we'll actually start on Saint of the Slums. Quite a lengthy quest, and something that is a little messed up.
Now that's just splendid. Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done.
And finishing Daphne's quest, we get a golden trove beetle. Very, very worth it. So we'll use that, and then to get the miasmite, we do need to fight specters at night, and make that my priority quest. Then we will have to do a couple other things, which will lead to more quests. But for now, I do believe that this is a pretty good point to maybe get one more Seeker's token, and then we will, let's see, I only have one miasmite. So we'll grab one more Seeker's token, and then we will call it a good evening. So, give me a moment, and I will make my way over there, and I will see you all when we get there. Alright, we are coming up on that last Seeker's token, and it is actually just right here. So, let's nab this. It is right off the road, right by this watchtower and campsite. We'll nab it, and this is where I'll say thank you all for joining me. And I sincerely hope that I have been helpful once again, and I cannot wait to see y'all on the next one. So, for now, I'll catch you all later.